Hotty-toddy, gosh almighty, who the heck are they? Hey, flim, flam, bim, bam, Ole Miss. By golly, and welcome to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium where the Rebels are ready to take the field. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. I guess they're not interested in kicking it away. They're lining up for an onside kick. They're going to get on that football, and what a job by the onside kick team to pull that one off and steal a possession. Here comes the offense on first down. Quarterback checking the play. Trying to find his man on first down. Taking a shot on the first play. And he makes the catch inside the 25. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
The Rebels will try to put one on the board on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. Second and goal for the offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! You want to talk about coming out and setting the tone and making your presence known immediately.
As every coach talks about all during the week, how important it is to start fast. But coming out and executing is another thing. Great start for the offense.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but he found a couple of cracks in that cover team and gets it out to the 43. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. The defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Now he's going to break the pocket. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams. We get to find out really quickly who's
lets it fly deep downfield. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man and they convert. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive unit.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. He'll take a shot. Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Big Tide players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He'll throw it. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage. Now on 2nd down. Power football with the run. Finds some running room. He'll pick up 4 out to the 12. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Quarterback will audible. They'll try the run. Kept it on the ground on 3rd down, picked up 5 yards, but it'll still be 4th and 1. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They lost one deep down the right side. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on down.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that takes some onions to go for it in your own territory like that. I mean, they're treating this like it's a video game. They don't even care. They don't worry about the outcome. No big deal.
He wants to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Alabama.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Going for the return. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. Decided to go for it, we didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
The option look. Now the toss. Found just enough running room. He picks up 4 to the 15. And the Rebels will hustle for the line. Back to the ground game on the left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
It's incomplete. A fourth down stop and the turnover on downs.
What a great job by this defense. You get third down stop, and you're like, yes, put my hand in the air, fourth down, force a punt. They go for it, and you get a stop and set your offense up in great field position already. Nice job by this defense.
Quarterback extends the play. And that one goes incomplete, but there is a penalty flag, and they might have gotten him for OPI. Offense at an empty set. He wants to throw it. Looking for the end zone. And that pass is intercepted. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and just on to the next down.
On the move at the 30. He's off to the races. He's at the 40. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
This running back is so dangerous. He's going to hurt you running the ball, but they find creative ways to get him the ball in the passing game as well.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ole Miss. He'll try to tack on one more. Right down the boulevard. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a scoring toss from the 33. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes that Alabama offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Looking to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. This guy is special, and Alabama's had a lot of them. Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, who could make a huge play at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, big plays down the field, you get it to him, you know it could be a home run anytime he touches it. When you start mentioning those names, it just shows you the explosive nature. Everybody you mentioned, you know they can run right by you.
Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
That's the end of the first quarter. It's tied 14-14.
First down to start the drive after the break. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 balls at the 18.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Moving out of the pocket. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
Trying to get to it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Trying play action. Buys a little time with his feet. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown Tide.
Touchdown, Alabama.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they take another look at the play with the officials on the field. We're right, and the play will stand. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. The home team is just destroying the competition today, and at this rate, I'm not sure it won't get worse. The away team has done nothing to stop this offense. This is ugly today. They're up 14 over the Pandas. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like 2 heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
To the ground with the back. He just refused to go down, kept finding space and picked up 7. It'll be 4th and 1.
Now, 4th down.
They'll try to pick up the first. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. He finds his man, and he's wrestled to the ground.
Well, they execute the end route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. And I don't think he got there. No, they stopped him short. He does not pick up the 1st down.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
He'll take it himself. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down.
And these are the plays you know exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit of a hole, pound through that hole. That running back, they can't tiptoe, they can't dance. Run north-south and get that 1st down. Nice job.
He caught it. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. They're trying to get to it. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
And how about this play by the offense? 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Everything says it's going to be a run. It's going to be a run. Nice job by the offense. A little sleight of hand, throwing the football, getting the touchdown.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score. He wants to go deep. Pulls it in on the right. Oh, look out. Touchdown, Rebels! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
One-score game, still the 1st half, and they want the ball right back, going for the onside kick. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes that Alabama offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. He wants to take the top off. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Offense threatening 1st and 10 from the 31. He's going to pass. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They'll throw it on 1st down. A little screen to the running back. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Fires to the middle. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum.
Oh, look out. There he goes. The 40. Inside the 30. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
The clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. They'll go right back to the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. Hawk. There he goes.
He's looking downfield to throw. Fires into the end zone. It's complete. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Lining up for the PAT. They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. I don't know what this says about trusting your defense, but they're going for an early onside kick down 1 possession. A quick timeout call by the kicking team here. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He's going to bring it out from deep. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the 2nd half.
The offense set for a 1st down play. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Feeling some heat. Takes a hit as he fires. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On second down, he'll let it fly. He's going to throw deep right side. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
When you make big plays for your quarterback in the game, you catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
Pressure is all over him, and he can't get it off. Down he goes, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. And he's coming out of the end zone. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Now on the option. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Coming after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
On the option. Now the pitch. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. You got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On the move. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
And Artie, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much. And even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
The Rebels have this offense rolling. He'll come out throwing on first down. Oh, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2, his quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Dances away. Got enough space. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
It's really hard on a defense to drop back and know it's pass And then a quarterback like that, he just has the ability to pull it down and just, bam, shoot through a hole, chew up yards.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry up. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Really good run there on third down. He got 5, but they're still left with a 4th and 3. You want to talk about aggressive or wacky? This head coach is keeping his offense on the field inside his own 30. The completion well past the sticks. And he's running in the open. Inside the 10. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it with a flare, a 77-yard touchdown pass. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes that Alabama offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
He's right on target. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To playmaker, to spread it out, to Heisman winner. I mean, that's how much this offense has changed and evolved, and they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to score points in this new age era.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's called it.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. From the gun, running back gets to give. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Flushed out of the pocket. He chucks one out to the right. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Polly.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man. The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Fires to the wideout. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up. 1st down here for the offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. First and goal for the offense.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Alabama 42, Ole Miss 35.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll go to the air. They're bringing heat. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown time. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. 1st down from the 42. Calls his own number. Sweet cut there. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down. And the Rebels want to pick up the tempo. Going up top on 1st down. Unleashes one deep. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. The home team is just destroying the competition today, and at this rate, I'm not sure it won't get worse. The away team has done nothing to stop this offense. This is ugly today. They're up by 15 over UTSA. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wide out in motion. They'll run it from the gun. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Buys a little time. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the offensive first. Absolute disaster by falling on that fumble.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
This is hardly a surprise after converting their first 2 4th down attempts. They'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They'll try the left side. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll throw on 3rd and short. He makes the connection. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Wide receiver shows motion. On 2nd down, wants to throw. And the senior would love to have that one back. Just a little too much on the pass.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth. Touchdown, Rebels! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
And that critical extra point was good, and we are locked up late. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
I'm out on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Wants to throw on second down. On the move, he fires. Got his man to the left. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. Gets away. And that ball is live in the backfield. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. If this were a wider field, like maybe in Canada or something, that might have been a turnover.
And they could have turned it into a rouge, eh? I mean, this was a great chance by the defense here. I just love the fact that they are flying around and trying to dislodge the football from these ball carriers.
Looking to pass on second down. Steps away. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the fourth quarter and it's a one-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra first downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
Pocket starts to collapse. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked up.
I think you got to try to win it here. Don't run the risk of going to overtime. After the incompletion, they go back up top. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. That's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
Wants to throw on first down. Quickly complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
That looks like a real simple play by the wide receiver, but give him a ton of credit. That was an excellent route. He never telegraphed that he was breaking to the outside. Kept his eyes downfield, so when he cuts, he's able to get maximum separation from the defender, and that's why that play is successful.
And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the force.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down for this offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Crosses to 35. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's second down.
Well, you look at the clock, they've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. We've seen crazier stuff happen in college football.
They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defense.
Welcome to the Swamp, the giant that the head ball coach awakened, one that thrived in urban renewal, and now one where only the Gators get out alive. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide. The Gators will kick it away to start us off. And he's going to run it back. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So Alabama's return team didn't help matters out much there. And here comes the big fella, a staple of this aerial attack, Jesse.
And he's a guy that can line up all over the field, David. There's matchups out there waiting to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to do that. It makes it easy to play quarterback when you can feature a guy like this that's fast, big, and strong.
To the air on first down. Getting some heat. Trying to get to it. Oh, he's going to go up top. He's got it down the left side. Big, big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Really nice timing on that throw. Quarterback had to hold it, allow his receiver to work his route, but he threw it at the perfect moment so that he was able to make the catch inbounds right on the sideline.
Comes out throwing on first down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Bama!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down. So Florida's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
Man, so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
Quickly complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Got the quick pass. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up third and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. A great job in coverage, great job reading the QB's eyes, so there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
Oh, spin move. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes that Alabama offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Going for it all. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt, to win the effort.
He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They're throwing for it on 4th down. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
That's how you have a short memory. That's how you forget about the big play that just happened. And you line up in your stance and you respond. Great job by the defense, lining up, getting after the quarterback, even after they made a big play.
A first down sack can be a drive killer. Now it's 2nd and 13. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Oh, the QB so lucky that that one wasn't picked off. These are small windows to throw into down here in the red zone. Defense tipped it up in the air. A lot of defenders lurking around. Lucky that ball hit the ground.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling them up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle them up. You want to set those edges really, really firm.
He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Oh, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. He spent his whole career in the backfield, now 40 career sacks.
That is absolutely insane. A guy that can get to the quarterback that much. You know where he's at, Palmer. He's on the end of the line of scrimmage most of the time. You're pointing to him. There's the guy we got to make sure that doesn't make the play, and he gets to the quarterback time and time again.
There are very few players, I think, in college football, David, that you need to know where they line up each and every play because they are going to disrupt everything. This guy has been that all throughout his career. 40 sacks. That is unbelievable.
Makes the catch at the 45. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive. He'll off one deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 10. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Defensively, you know you're going up against one of the best receivers in the game. 4 vertical is something you've seen on film a lot, and defensively, you're going to have to mix and match your coverages to try to slow this dude down.
He got it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time, the defense...
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Here comes that Alabama offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. He lets one fly deep. And he's got it at the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown tie. And the extra point makes it 28-0. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC quarterback, 1 snap, put it in the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Offense getting set for first down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires the pass, intercepted. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. They're trying to get to him. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
It's so hard to defend these guys. You know, it's 1st and 10. Everything's available to you. You don't know if it's run or pass, and then you add in the scrambling element with the quarterback. He does a great job scrambling outside, getting outside the pocket, and then at the end of the play, not taking a hit, getting a first down, new set of downs for the offense.
Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays.
And the pass is picked off. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. They'll give it to the back. Shakes off the defender. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Got 3 on first down, it's 2nd and 7. They'll leave it with the lone back. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Here comes that Alabama offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now we see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
He does a really good job here. You want to get a huge play. You've got to push the ball down the field. You need a bunch of yards. But wait a minute. Now he can just tuck it, scramble, go get you a bunch of yards. Now put you in a great third down situation. Real heads-up play by the quarterback.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. He'll take another shot here. And the pass is complete. He's got it at the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bama!
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go route, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week. And so they're not able to get back deep enough. They get run by. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top because this guy's speed is a problem.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Stanford is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jim Plunkett, this might not be over just yet. They're trailing by just 4 to Cincinnati. We've got our...
Fires and picked off. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Quarterback checking off. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Fires toward the end zone. Intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. A first down for the offense. Open space at the 25. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking to move it through the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat, and you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Using his feet. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Nothing wrong with a touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, you've got to lock in.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety. So after that safety, they'll kick it away from their own 20.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they did.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying to find his man on first down. Scrambling away. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
This defense needed something to go right, man. They're down big already in the first half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. Feeling some heat. Got room at the 35. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Alabama! And once he got loose, it was all over. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap things off with a touchdown pass from 59 yards out. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Leaves it with the back. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Gators will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll field the punt and look for room. Slips through the line. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Here comes that Alabama offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt.
Throws for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it.
Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown Tide. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses at it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
And he made the extra point without problem. almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got...
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Wants to fire on second down. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit. This is a 3rd and long. They go to the ground. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Gators will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Looking to go up top on first down. Buying some time. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for an open man on second down. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down, and an excellent throw, too. Touchdown, Bama! And they take it in for 6 more points. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. And here's the return. And the returner will be brought down. A little over 20 seconds to play in the half as they take it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Makes the grab on the left side. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus. They'll throw it on first down. Got his man in the middle. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's back to throw on second down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll try to get it through the air. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that 3rd and short.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Gators line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And he will boom that punt out of bounds. No chance for a return. Let's see where the officials spot it. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. He'll come out throwing on first down. Looking deep down the right side. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Gainesville. What a fine college football game we've got. It's been a fun start to this one, And this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. With that said, let's send it back to our guys and all those chomping hands there in the swamp.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
Fires to the right. He's got it. He's loose. At the 30. He's at the 10. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Florida.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes that Alabama offense. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Going up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Pierre.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Coming after it. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. Drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Quarterback checking the play. He wants to throw here on second down. Avoids pressure. But he can't get away again, and down he goes, and the trickeration is not so tricky. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. They get to him as he throws. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Man, they can barely see the first down marker from there, but they'll go for it on fourth. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Floating away. He'll He'll pull it down and run. At the 40, there he goes. And he'll finally slide after the long run. I'm not sure if he wanted to avoid the hit or he just got tired. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. He's looking to throw it. Going up top. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the beatdown has ensued.
And you want these guys that can take the top off of defense. It changes the way they're going to play coverage on you, and he does it right here. Just runs by the DB. He had no chance to try to catch up with him. Makes the big play down the field. And this will change the way you play defense against this guy the rest of the game.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable in its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. Line gets set, first down. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Looking to buy time. He'll try to do it himself. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! And the punishment has been extended.
One of the areas they really focused on for this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
They'll test the right side. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Fakes the grab on the left. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted.
He's going to let it go. And it's caught inside the 15. Touchdown Tide. And the route is on.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. NC State is just getting blown off the field today. This has been a gong show since the opening kick. How does something like this happen?
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. start this drive with a pass. Using the quick game. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. If they have any intention of getting this drive going, they better come up with something on 2nd and long from the 10. The give to the tailback. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. It's a draw.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Not able to pop the big return, but they got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Here comes that Alabama offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just fun.
The quarterback scrambled around with the defense, able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on 3rd down, you know.
Lofts one high and deep. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Bama! And the stomping has commenced.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for blockers. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
He'll keep it himself. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Inside a minute to go here in the 3rd. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down. And the Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Finds his tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism here.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They try to pop a run on the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. And he'd hope to pin him deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. To the air on 1st down. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. He's going to run it. he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide.
Unloads it downfield. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed.
A shot for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Yeah, and that's nice coverage. He's taking a shot, trying to throw the ball to the end zone. Maybe put that thing up a little bit higher where his guy can go up and make a play and come down.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. On first down, here comes this offense. He wants to throw. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Man, I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed it.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39. Comes out throwing on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Gets it out fast. Still running at the 40. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it and still on his feet. And it's complete at the 6. Defense right there, but now they're backed up with a goal-to-go situation. They're going to throw it again. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
3rd and goal coming up here. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And he'll try this one from the left hash and 33 yards away. Between the uprights, it's good. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. I know he thinks he can... Return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes that Alabama offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it. Right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a second and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there. Go get it yourself. Make the right decision to keep it, not panic, and get you a fresh set of downs.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And tackled there by the defense.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier third down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on third down. And shoot, and I got fourth down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? Going to the running game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And now on second down for this offense.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be...
Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. A full dive to haul that one in.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
And they're able to get him down. Alabama pushing the tempo. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it to...
Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And the pummeling has started. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Oh, he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Gators will punt this one away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes if you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring. I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch them because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
Using his feet to buy time. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. He'll take a shot. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. You're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play that as a coaching staff you can build on for next week's game.
Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. And man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports.